Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're going to start things talking about the tropics, and here's a look at monstrous Milton, a well-defined eye, a beast of a storm. As you can see there, it looks like it is very organized and not trying to weaken anytime soon, but thank goodness it looks as if it is going to eventually, potentially, I should say, be impacted by wind shear. That is the current thinking, and that's the hopes that will help it to weaken as it approaches Florida. Right now, though, it has max sustained winds of 165 miles per hour. It is a Category 5 hurricane still. It is starting its approach away from the Yucatan. It's moving east-northeast at 9 miles per hour. What you're looking at here, this is basically the tropical storm force winds that you see in yellow, and the hurricane force winds are in red. It's really tightly compacted, and it's expected to be that way Wednesday evening as it approaches Florida, making it landfall. Again, hopefully we're expecting it to weaken to a Cat 3. Nonetheless, it's still going to bring the potential for some catastrophic wind. Again, that's a major hurricane along with many other impacts. But again, as you can see, that tropical storm force wind could really impact the entire peninsula, even outside of the cone. So that's why we say the impacts can be felt, again, well away from this cone of uncertainty. That's why folks need to prepare up and down the peninsula. And even as we work our way through, let's say, that Wednesday night, Thursday morning time frame, there's the possibility for some tropical storm force winds to even impact places around southeastern Georgia. It's going to make its way offshore as potentially a Category 1 hurricane still. And that's going to be sometime on Thursday before it makes its way out to sea, potentially bringing some tropical storm force gusts to places like Bermuda if it can hold together. But again, for the peninsula, again, impacts up and down the state of Florida for the most part. We're looking at the potential within the realm of where it's going to make a landfall. Anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of rain. Again, that's rain in and of itself. Of course, the storm surge is really going to pack a punch. We're talking about life-threatening surge, as storm surge could get anywhere from 10 to 15 feet above normally dry ground. And we're talking about the highest levels anywhere from Tampa towards the northern portions of Fort Myers, so within that little stretch there. But again, up and down the coast, dealing with some storm surge, and it's going to be best for folks to, again, evacuate as needed, as told to. Hopefully they will take heed to what the officials are saying, because it's going to leave a punch for sure. Milton will, as it moves across Florida. Beautiful, though, as we look locally, courtesy of a Meridian Regional Airport weather cam. We're looking at a beautiful sunset that's going to eventually take place officially at 6:30. Right now, we have temperatures in the upper 70s, close to 80 at 76 for Meridian. Looking at 78 for Butler, and compared to this same time yesterday, it is a bit cooler, but let's say a range of 2 to 5 degrees or so. Now, dew points are down, upper 40s, low 50s. That feels fantastic. That air mass is nice and dry. We don't have to worry about any rain. The dew points give us also an indication on how low our temperatures could go. So the dew points that low, it is very possible we could be back into the low 50s overnight heading into our Wednesday morning. We're expecting similar conditions for Thursday, and even as we head into the weekend, Saturday morning, expecting to start out with temperatures around 50. That is below the norm. Our highs, though, will be about average or above. So as Ross mentioned yesterday, kind of like a tale of two seasons. I do have a first alert. If you are a fan of cooler weather, this isn't it. Next week, as we look at the temperature outlook, you see the blue shading that's indicating a probability for below average temperatures, as we're expecting another frontal boundary to move through. You'll really see how cool it could get with the 10-day forecast of 10. But again, first alert, this is not it in terms of cooler weather. We have another dose coming here over the next week and a half. But for tonight, we're going to go with 53 for Aloha Meridian, around 55 for Bay Springs, similar for Livingston. And then as we head into your Wednesday, as mentioned, not below average, but about average or above. So yes, we'll have a cool start, but our highs tomorrow will be a little bit above the norm, but still pleasant for your plans, especially since those dew points are down, so we're not dealing with humid conditions. So there's a 7-day forecast looking fantastic as we head towards the weekend, heating up a bit though, especially in the afternoons. But then next week, you see a little hint of that for Tuesday. We do have cooler weather coming, another dose. You'll get a better look though tonight with that exclusive 10-day forecast at 10. But make sure you stay tuned to our first alert weather team for updates regarding our cool snaps that we're going to have going forward.
I mean, I